So as we continue to watch that virtual court appearance, CBC's Hilary Johnstone is here to walk us through how the case got to this point. So Hilary, remind us of how this all unfolded.
Well, it's unfolded over a number of years, Andrew. So all the way back in August of 2018, that was when a New York court first issued that arrest warrant for the Huawei chief financial officer, Meng Wanzhou. And then it wasn't until a couple of months later, so beginning of December 1st of 2018, that she was arrested while she was changing airplanes. This happened at the Vancouver International Airport. The public didn't become aware of this until a couple of days after that. We started to hear growing pressure from China, calls from the Chinese embassy within Canada as well to release her, saying that there would be consequences if she was not. And then, of course, it was on December 10th that those two Canadians, the two Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor, were arrested in China. They've spent now more than 1,000 days in Chinese detention. Of course, Andrew, that 1,000-day mark.
Sorry to interrupt you, Hilary. We just have some developments in the story that I want to get to our viewers. We will get back to you, but this is coming from the CBC's Philip Ling, who is one of our key producers based out of Ottawa. So we know that Meng is appearing virtually in this Brooklyn court with a Mandarin interpreter, that she is charged with conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and wire fraud. Meng has told a U.S. district judge, Ann Donnelly, that she pleads not guilty to the charges. So Meng has pleaded not guilty to these charges: conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and wire fraud. Now, the court hearing continues with the government presenting a deferred prosecution agreement agreed to between the U.S. and Meng. So, this is sort of unfolding maybe as we expected, but I just want to go through this. So Meng tells this U.S. District Judge Ann Donnelly that she pleads not guilty to the charges. However, the court is now continuing with this deferred prosecution agreement, which I guess Hilary Johnstone is another word for a plea deal, some kind of plea deal, but that the charges that she faced, she has pleaded not guilty. And now, before this proceeding took place, there was a deferred prosecution agreement that has been agreed to by Meng and the United States that is being presented to the court. And then the judge, Ann Donnelly, will go through this next step. But that is an important development as we watch this day unfold, Hilary.
Yeah, it hasn't ever been unfolding rapidly ever since we first got word of this morning, that this was going to be happening. And as we were hearing throughout the day, as we've been reporting, this was expected to happen. And now that it has happened, the other thing that we've been reporting is that the Canadian Crown attorneys could be in a Vancouver courtroom later today as well to stay those extradition proceeding. And as we've been saying, Meng Wanzhou could possibly be on an airplane at some point today, right? So this is all kind of unfolded very, very rapidly. And I'm just seeing the same note that you are, Andrew, with the fact that she has pleaded guilty. So this is a big development. And of course, as we've been...
Pleaded not guilty.
Yes, thank you for correcting me on that. Yeah, pleaded not guilty to this, which is obviously a big deal. And as we've been saying, as you were discussing with both Will and then with our colleague Karina Roman as well, what is this going to mean for those two Canadians, the two Michaels as well? What is the next step here? So, and I believe it was my colleague Janice McGregor earlier today who talked about these dominoes, right? That as this day keeps going, there's going to be a number of things that start to happen, and how is this all going to end up at the end? But this is certainly the next big step. It was delayed, this virtual appearance in this New York court today. It was delayed. It was supposed to get underway more than an hour ago. There was about an hour delay until it did get underway. But as you say, she appeared virtually in this Brooklyn court with the help of a Mandarin interpreter. Big steps here. As this has all kind of unfolded throughout the afternoon. A lot that has happened.
So, I think with the questions now that we have, and it's unfolding as we speak, Hilary, is what is in this deferred prosecution agreement? So what is it that, and I don't think we know that at this point.
I don't think we know that yet. I don't think we know quite yet.
It's being presented now.
Yes, but I would imagine that we will, because we have, as you know, Andrew, quite a few colleagues behind the scenes who are keeping an eye on all of this for us. But as far as I can tell, just from reading through this note, it does not appear to me that we know quite yet what is in what is in that agreement. But we will, of course, be keeping an eye on that as well.
All right, so there we go. Thank you, Hillary. That is the CBC's Hillary Johnstone in Ottawa.